Assalamu alaikum, students. Hope all of you are fine. Today is the first lecture of English class. It's from Oxford Progressive English. We are going to read unit number 1, Elephants, and its topic is revenge. Unit 1, Elephants, and topic revenge. Your OPE books and lead pencils must be with you. Before I start my lecture, your OPE books and lead pencils must be with you. Okay. So the first chapter of OPE is Elephants. Topic is revenge. It's fiction. Fiction is an imaginary piece of writing. It is unreal, something that is unreal or not true. This story took place in the forests of Burma. Okay, I'm going to show you map of Burma. Yes, Myanmar. Myanmar, also called Burma, it's a country located in the western portion of mainland Southeast Asia. It is written here, you can see on the screen. Above map, there is written Myanmar, also called Burma. It's a country located in the western portion of mainland South Asia. Okay, so this is Myanmar. It is written in bold letters. We'll read its introduction later. First of all, I'm going to tell you about characters. Yes, Muhammad bin Faisal, what do you want to ask? Okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you about characters. First one is an English overseer because Burma was under the control of English people. Okay. Britishers. It was under the control of Britishers, and they had made a colony here, and that was called a British colony, right? So an English overseer means supervisor. The name of English overseer was Mackay Thacken. And second character is Burmese overseer. Third character is the nephew of Burmese overseer. Fourth character is Shudok. Shudok is she elephant or female elephant. And the fifth character is Hasanek, the person who was living there. Okay. English overseer. He was authoritative, controller, and Burmese overseer and Hasanek. They were like slave, or they had to obey whatever English overseer ordered them. Okay. So actually authoritative person was English overseer. Okay, after knowing about the character, come to page 2. It's page 2, OPE. I'm going to tell you its summary a bit. There was an old Burmese overseer, and he is telling the story. And this story took place in teak forest of Burma. Teak forest means deep or thick forest of Burma. And at that time, Burma was a British colony, right? And once English overseer ordered Burmese overseer. And what was the order? That he had to take Shui Dog to unblock the jam. Jam is actually logs, logs of wood. And log is actually tree trunk, heavy tree trunk. So for carrying out heavy tree trunks, elephants were used. So the order was given to Burmese overseer that he will take Shui Dog to unblock the jam, to unblock the log. But that Burmese overseer, the nephew of Burmese overseer, was died during carrying out the order. Burmese overseer did not go there because he was afraid of Mackay Thekkan. He was afraid of English overseer. That's why he sent his nephew. And his nephew died during carrying out the order while he was obeying the order of Mackay Thekkan, while he was obeying the order of English overseer. He died during carrying out the order. And after this, Shudok had known that um, her rider had died. So Shudok was feeling restless. In those days, Shudok was feeling restless, and she knew that her rider was not with her and died. So she was nervous, she was flapping her ears, and at that time, who is writer? Writer is actually Burmese overseer is writer. Writer took her to a clearing. Clearing is an open area in the forest. Okay, so that was some mile away, and Burmese overseer tied her securely between two immense trees. Immense mean very huge, big trees, immovable trees. The next morning, she came to the Tai where they were living, where Hassanik and Burmese overseer were living. Okay, I'm going to ask one of you to read introduction of the story. Fatima Kudus, please unmute your mic. Fatima, please unmute your mic. Okay.
An old Burmese man
Okay,
tells the
Fatima, please
first.
tell me, have you got about the story?
Yes, teacher.
I have told you about characters. I have told you a bit summary of it. Have you got about it?
Yes, teacher. Little bit.
Okay, read introduction then. An old Burmese uh,
An old,
man.
an old Burmese man tells the first-person story, which takes place in the deep forest of Burma, Myanmar.
Myanmar,
When it was a
British.
Myanmar, when it was a British crown colony, elephants were
Okay,
used to drag the immense tree trunk into the
immense.
river for transportation. The logs frequently jammed on, and then an elephant would use to its skills and weight to unlock the jam. At this time, the Burmese workers were under the control of an English overseas Mac, Mac,
Mackay,
Mac, McVeigh,
Mackay.
Mackay, an unpleasant young man whom the men called Mackay Cathan. The day before the story started, McCain had ordered the Burmese overseas to send in one of his elephants to unblock a mass of jammed dogs. Afraid to disobey Mackay, the Burmese overseas had ordered his nephew on this gentle elephant. She dog to obey this very
Shui dog.
dangerous order. Whilst carrying out the order, the nephew was killed by a falling log.
Okay,
The story.
fine. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to explain it. An old Burmese man tells this story, this first person story, because in first paragraph he is using the pronoun I. Okay, in first paragraph, first word is I. So first letter is I, and that's why it is called first person story, because Burmese overseer is telling the story. It took place in thick forest of Burma. At that time, it was a British colony when this incident happened, when the story took place. At that time, it was a British colony. And in second paragraph, it is told why did they use elephants? So elephants were used to drag huge tree trunks into the rivers for transportation. Okay. The logs frequently jammed. Sometimes log got jammed, and uh, no one was able to move them. Okay, a person could not move them. That's why they used elephants to unblock the jam. At that time, Burmese workers were under the control of an English overseer. Overseer means supervisor, as I have written here, meaning of overseer. Yes, overseer means supervisor. So English man, overseer, English supervisor, he was supervising them, and it is written about English overseer that he was an unpleasant young man whom the men called Make Thakan. Thakan is a word that is used for respect, or that is used for addressing a man, because he was authoritative. That's why they had to respect him. Okay. And the third paragraph, the day before the story starts, Makethakan had ordered Burmese overseer to send in one of his elephants to unblock a mass of jammed logs. Okay, so Makethakan ordered Burmese overseer that there is a jammed log, and he needs an elephant to unblock the to unblock the log, to unblock the jammed log. And because he did not want to obey his order, that he was afraid, but he was also afraid to disobey Maket Makethakan. That's why he sent his nephew. Instead of going there himself, he sent his nephew. The Burmese overseer had ordered his nephew on his gentle elephant Shui dog to obey this very dangerous order, because it was dangerous order. He did not want to go there. So he sent his nephew with that elephant Shui dog. But during carrying out the order, as I have told you in the summary, during carrying out the order, his nephew was killed by a falling log. A log fell upon him, fell upon his nephew, and he was killed. Okay, the storyteller begins his story just after the nephew has been buried. So his nephew had been buried, and now the story starts from paragraph 1. And I would like to tell you something, that on page 2, there is a purple box. At the end of introduction, there is a purple box, and meanings of few words are written there, and these words are Burmese words. Okay, and its meanings are written in English language, in English. Tai is a house built on tall poles. Okay. Hasidik is Burmese overseer, and he had to follow Mackay's command or order. Uzi. Uzi is elephant rider. Okay. Its plural is oozes. Thakin is a term of respect, a word that is used for respect. Okay. These are 4 Burmese words. Okay. Now move to page 5. On page 5, there is also a purple box, and one word is written there. Okay, I'm repeating that on page 5, there's a purple box and a word is written there, cheroot. Cheroot is a kind of cigar. Okay, cheroot is a kind of cigar. So you will underline this meaning, a kind of cigar. And on page 2, there is also a purple box, and the four Burmese words are written there. I have told you English meanings of these words. Okay, paragraph 1. We'll start from paragraph 1. Okay, I would like to ask one of you to read. Omar Noor Shamsi, please unmute your mic and you will read paragraph 1.
It was staying the night as always in the snake boxes.
Please speak loud. Read loud.
I was staying the night as always in the snake boxes. Stay
Hasanik tie.
a set time. We ate a shared meal and afterwards I stepped outside to smoke a route. Usually the camp is full and bustling at that time of day, but now I saw to my astonishment that there was no one about. I could hear nothing but those and owls,
But frogs.
but frogs and owls and the feathery flappings of gray jungle moths.
Moth.
Effect also was that most familiar and region of a camp sounds the tinkling of elephant bells immediately lost in the
Evidently.
the soil. These sat down on the dead bench, gazed at the other voices and had begun to flee the camp of their elephants with them.
Okay, stop here. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to explain paragraph 1. I is actually Burmese overseer. The person who is writing this story, na, he is using I. Because the incident happened with himself. He has observed he observed each and everything. That's why he is using I. There was a Burmese overseer. There was Hasanik. Okay. Hasanik is another character. Burmese overseer is another character. The person who is writing this story, he's saying that after eating meal at night, when they had taken meal at night in Hasanik's tie, they were in Hasanik's tie, in Hasanik's house, or you can say tie can also be said in a hut. Okay. In Hasanik's tie, they took meal, and after eating meal at night, he went out to smoke a cigar. Burmese overseer went out to smoke a cigar. He is also telling that during the day, everyone was busy, but in the night, no sound could be heard. He is also telling about day and night activities of Thai. In daytime, they worked there. They were busy, they worked there, but at night, there was no sound of frogs. Nothing could be heard there. As he is saying in fifth line, sixth line, absent also was that most familiar and reassuring of a camp sound. It means these sounds were absent. There was no sound. So he is saying that he couldn't, no sound could be heard. Even the tinkling of elephant's bell was also missing. Feathery flapping of jungle moths, elephant's tinkling was missing. And he is saying that soil of dead man's grave. Who was dead man? That dead man was actually nephew, and he was also rider of Shoe Dog, and Shoe Dog was familiar to him. So he is saying that dead soil of dead man's grave had reduced. Then the other oozes had begun to flee the camp. Another rider came to take hold of Shoe Dog. But before he took hold of Shui Dog, he had begun to flee the camp. He left the camp. Other rider left the camp, and he also took their elephants with them. Okay. So only in the camp, only Shui Dog, Hassanik, and Burmese overseer were left. These three people were left in the camp, and another rider who came later, he had left the camp and he had also taken their elephants with them. Okay, bustling mean busy. Shroot mean cigar, as its meaning is written here. And tinkling mean actually jingling or light sound or jingling, tinkling. Okay, oozes is a rider. It is written in page 2. Oozes. Okay. Now you are going to read paragraph 2. Abdur Rahman, you will read paragraph 2.
The only elephant that was still in camp's vicinity was
Vicinity.
She-Dog. The dead man's mount. The hidden oak had taken charge of his nephew's riderless elephant. After the accident, she was restless. He sat and nervous, frequently flapping her ears and clawing the air with the tips of her tongues. This was neither uncommon nor unexpected, for the elephant is a buck. All are creatures of habit and routine. So pronounced and upheaval as the absence of long familiar handler can put even the gentlest of elephants out of temper, often dangerously so.
Okay, fine. Paragraph 2 has ended. Thank you. Okay, in this paragraph, I'm going to explain this paragraph. I won't read it again because time is short. In this paragraph, it is told that Shui Dog was the only elephant that was in the area. Vicinity is area. Vicinity means area. And she was ridden by dead man. And who was that dead man? He was actually nephew of Hassanik. Hassanik took charge of her. Hassanik took charge after his nephew. Now Hassanik took charge of Shui Dog. But at that time, Shui Dog was nervous, restless, because she knew that her rider was not with her, and he had died. So at that time she was nervous, restless, moving her ears up and down because she was agitated. Agitated mean disturbed, and she was also in pain. He further says that it was common habit or routine of an elephant. So Hassanik is further saying that it was routine and habit of elephant that they flap their ears, and sometimes they get agitated. So pronounced an upheaval as the absence of long familiar. Now he is expressing the disturbance of Shui Dog. In this paragraph, Hassanik is also expressing the disturbance that she was disturbed because her rider was not with her. Okay, that's all about second paragraph. Now we'll move to third paragraph. Okay, Imtasal, you would read third paragraph. Would you like to read third paragraph, Imtasal?
This being the case, the Hasnik had decided not to allow Shikdok to forage through the night, as was the rule. Instead,
Instead,
instead he had led her to a clearing some half miles distance from the camp and supplied her with a great pile of
great,
great
succulent,
pile succulent
succulent,
succulent treetop branches. Then he had tethered her securely between two immense and immovable trees. To be doubly sure of keeping her bound, he had used not the usual lightweight fetters with which elephants are shackled at night, but the heavy iron uh, towing chains
towing,
that are employed in the harnessing of logs. This, he said, was a precaution.
precaution. Okay, thank you. Okay. First of all, I will tell you meanings of difficult words. Paragraph 3, second line, forage. Forage means search. Paragraph 3, fourth line, pile. Pile mean heap. Succulent, in the same line, fourth line, there is another word, succulent. Succulent mean juicy, full of juice. Paragraph 3, seventh line, fetters. Fetters mean chains. Fetters mean chains. And in seventh line, in the same line, there's a word shackle. Shackle mean bound. And tethered. Tethered mean to bind or bound. So shackled and tethered have all same meanings. Okay. Precaution is safety or care. In the next page, page number 4, in second line, there's a word precaution, last word of third paragraph. It means care. I'm going to explain this paragraph now. Hasnik did not allow Shui Dog to search through the night. Okay, Hasnik did not want that Shui Dog should search something throughout the night, because as elephants were used for work usually at night, but he did not allow Shui Dog to search at night. He took her to a clearing. Clearing is an open area in a forest. So Hasnik took Shui Dog to a clearing that was at half-mile distance. And soft, juicy treetop branches were given to him for eating. Were given to Shui Dog for eating. Soft, juicy treetop branches were given to Shui Dog for eating, and Hasnik tied her securely between two immense mean very big, and immovable branches of trees. Usually, Hasnik is further saying that usually lightweight chains were not used to tie her. Usually, lightweight chains were used to tie elephants, but now lightweight lightweight chains were not used to tie her, but heavy iron chains were used, which were used to drag the logs. So he tied Shui Dog not with lightweight chains, but with heavy chains so that she could not move. Are you getting? Hasnik tied Shui Dog with heavy chains. He did not use lightweight chains to tie Shui Dog. It was done for the safety of female elephant. He said that it was for the safety of female elephant. Okay, now move to fourth paragraph. Zen. Unmute your mics and read fourth paragraph.
Okay. A precaution against what I asked. He gave me a sidelong glance and said in a soft, slippery voice, just a precaution. There now remained in a camp only the
Hassanik.
Hassanik and me. Hassanik and me, and course, of course, McKethakin in his tie. It had not rained much though the day, but with
Through
the
the day.
approach through the day, but with the approach of evening, cloud had begun to mass in the sky. And by the time I blew my lamp out and rolled out my mat, there was not a star to be seen. Not the storm broke, rain came pouring down, and thunder went pealing back and forth across the valley. It had been asleep, perhaps a hour or two, when I was woken by trickle of water leaking through the bamboo roof.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. In paragraph 4, there is only, I think there is only one word that is difficult. Trickle. Trickle is dripping of water. There is no other difficult word. Okay, I'm going to explain it. Burmese overseer is asking Hassanik that for what purpose, for what kind of safety you used heavy chains. But he answered the same. He was saying again that it was done for precaution, for safety. He did not answered properly. Now 3 people were there in the camp. Hassanik was there, Burmese overseer was there, and McKethaken. These were in tie, and tie looks like a heart. As you have have already known its meaning. Okay, now weather changed. Evening clouds gathered in the sky, and no star could be seen there. Storm, there was a storm. It started raining, loud thundering across the valleys, and roof that was made of bamboos. It also started leaking, and he woke up. Why did he wake up? He woke up with the dripping of water, with the leaking of bamboo roof. He woke up. Okay. So in this paragraph, it is told that 3 people were there in the tie, and then uh, rain started, weather changed, there was a storm, there was also thundering. So change of weather is told in 4th paragraph. Okay. Muhammad bin Faisal, would you like to read 5th paragraph? Unmute your mic, Muhammad bin Faisal. Okay. Heather, unmute your mic. You will read 5th paragraph.
I was almost asleep again when through the chatter of the rain I heard a tiny fragile sound, a distant